And this is a detailed video of our Coachmen Mirada 300 EV, including the upgrades we've done in some cases, the reasons why we've done those upgrades. Hope you enjoy the video. Let's get started. This is a 2003 Coachmen Mirada 300 EV Ford F53 chassis, like almost every Class A is. Ford Triton 6.8 litre engine, V10. It's done just under 31,000 miles. We are the third owner. We've had it for 14 years, and we've got it at 7,000 miles on it, so we've done most of the mileage. It has a full service history. Most of the servicing has been done by me. It uses Noble One synthetic oil, which is what I use on all my engines, and I analyze the oil on all my engines. So this one has a new oil analysis result, and that shows this engine is in good health. We are selling this RV because we want to upgrade to another one for retirement, not because there's anything wrong with it. In fact, it's chock full of extras and upgrades which made me think twice about selling it. All the decals are new, much better than an RV typically of this age. Let's start in the front and let's look under the hood. Under hood is standard Ford F53 of the year. The only differences between this RV is it has an auxiliary fuse panel in it, which I installed, which drives the extras that I wanted to put in, which include an LED reversing light, air horns, and extra 12-volt outlets inside, which I'll run from the house batteries. Let's talk about tires. The tires are 19.5-inch rims, which is standard for this vehicle. The front tires are new. The rear tires are 10 years old, but the tires have always been stored with covers on, so in order to minimize solar damage on the tires. The tires all have balance beads. There are no weights. I much prefer balance beads in order to balance the wheels and tires. The tandem or dually rear tires have braided extensions so that you can easily check the tire pressures, and there is a tire pressure monitoring system, and that allows us from the cab to make sure that all the tire pressures are good and be alerted if one ever goes down. On the exterior we have an upgraded canopy. It's upgraded because it has the hard shell cover which protects it when it's stored. We have a motion detecting porch light which turns on at night whenever there's someone moving around outside.
Or something.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 storage areas. This storage is all the way through to the other side. This is not storage, this is the cover for the propane tank. And this would have nothing in it, but I've added an auxiliary power outlet in order to drive things externally if I want to. I won't open all the cabinets, but here's some of them. The RV also has a few other changes which you don't see on the outside. Firstly, the front suspension has been lowered slightly. As standard, these coaches came with the nose slightly high, which meant even on level ground you had to lift the rear. I lowered the front suspension by ½ an inch so that this thing stands level when it's on level ground, which gives us a good starting point. The other thing is the front sway bar is stiffened with adjustable drop links, and that means it doesn't wallow so much in corners and is a bit more stable. There is a little bit of gel coat damage here and here on the outside panel, and a little bit of gel coat damage here. Other than that, there's nothing wrong with that. Some of the exterior lights are LED, some are not. The headlights or dip beam are LEDs because the standard factory ones are awful, and with LEDs that actually gives it reasonable headlights at night. Going to the rear, there is an LED reversing light, and that is switchable from the dash, so you can turn that on when you're camped if you want light behind you for something. Another thing that is not so easy to see is the tow hitch. On a standard Coachman, the tow hitch is known to be very low, and most people remove them when they don't use them because they spend most of their time hitching the ground. With this RV, I lifted that tow hitch 4 inches, so it's tucked well up underneath the bumper. That also meant the spare wheel had to be moved up by 4 inches as well. But on this particular RV, the rear hitch is high compared with an average Coachman, and that's a good thing. And up there is a rear view camera. On this vehicle you won't see a gas cap. There is no gas cap visible on the outside of this RV. There's a bit of a dead giveaway here. I chose to put a cover on the gas cap because I couldn't find a locking gas cap that I liked, so I just put a cover on it. So now the gas cap's inside there, and this key is not the same key as on all the external panels. And this is the other side of the through bay. This does have lights inside, and this runs all the way through about 8 foot to the other side. Tank controls for the water tank are over on the left side. Another upgrade for us is our firewood bin. We like to have a fire, so I added a bin which keeps all of our firewood. Again, that's an upgrade done by us. Trimmed exhaust pipe. Everything else is standard. One thing you can't see is there is a fan behind the fridge flue. It is solar powered, and it helps suck air up out through the flue, and that makes the fridge more efficient. Okay, so the roof is a rubber roof, again standard. This rubber roof has never been damaged, it has never been pierced. It was recoated 2 years ago. It has 80 watts of solar power, which is enough for us. It has a solar fan over the galley, which operates all on its own. There's also a little solar panel over here, and that solar panel is what drives the refrigerator fan that I talked about earlier. There are also 2 wind vane vents at the top of the breathers for the 2 waste tanks, and that helps extract air out. And other than that, everything on the roof is standard. Okay, we're done with the outside. Now let's look at the inside. And the first thing is by the step is the charge controller. This is a 20 amp charge controller, so it could actually take a lot more solar panel on the roof if you wished for it, but 80 watts is good for us, so we've not bothered to upgrade it. But it could take probably up to, well, probably 250, 300 watts of solar if you needed it. There is also a second house battery, so this RV has two house batteries, not standard. Standard is one house battery is in the front and the other house battery is underneath the steps. There is, last but not least, a fold out table here that we added. When we cook outside, we use this table as our staging point to move everything we need out, and then when we're done cooking outside, we move everything back in and it locks into place. You can still get in and out with the table there. Inside, the Coachmen Mirada typically has an extra armchair here just by the door. We felt that was all very cramped, so we took the armchair out very early on and we put a spirits cabinet and a drawer in instead. Two captain's chairs as standard, but we also added a tea table, and we really like in the morning to sit in the armchairs and have our tea on this little table. In the front we see the tire pressure monitoring system, which is solar powered, a little bit of extra solar for the truck battery, which I tend to use, a rear view camera, extra mug holders, and a flat screen TV and DVD player. I will say that the rear view camera seems a bit bright. I can't seem to make that any darker for some reason, so any new owner might want to change that out. The front curtains are only 2 years old. They are heavy duty curtains replacing the originals. They keep the light out and the cold out very effectively. So we're particularly pleased with these heavy duty curtains. Elsewhere we have cellular blinds. Some people don't like these, I don't know why, we like them. And we have replaced the Venetian blinds by cellular blinds here, over the dinette, and in the bedroom. The galley still has the original Venetian blinds, and behind the door are original Venetian blinds. We have a jackknife sofa, which is standard, works fully, and of course we have a convertible dinette which also converts to a bed as well. And there's storage underneath the dinette which we fill with bedding, backup supplies like toilet rolls, bags, things like that. All of the cabinets have insulation behind them. In the back there is foam. The reason why we added that is because we found the cabinets get really hot during the day and really cold at night, which is not good for the foodstuffs you keep in there, like any chocolate. So every cabinet has foam behind it. So even the cabinets that have got cutlery in has foam in the back. I mentioned earlier that all interior lights are LED lights, which is good for saving the batteries. Down below we have pull-out shelves, which allows us to get to things right at the back without having to empty everything out. And we have the same in the top and in the bottom, and that makes it much easier to get to pots and pans and everything else. I mentioned before that the fridge freezer has a fan behind it which is solar driven, and that helps draw out through the flue. We have, as is standard, a 3-burner cooktop, a standard microwave, and a propane driven oven. And just as an extra tip, we like to keep a pizza base in the oven because that helps everything cook more evenly. We have a wardrobe, drawers underneath, and extension power outlet below that. Internal fuses, battery charger is all below. Shower is standard, but there is an upgraded shower head. I did mention previously that there was a solar fan which helped extract constantly. This runs all the time when it's sunny. So let's go for the bathroom. Standard bathroom. Oh, I did forget to mention, in the kitchen there is an extension mixer faucet in the kitchen sink, or in the galley sink. This bathroom also has a motion sensor battery powered light just there, so that in the middle of the night when you're straggling around, as soon as you open the door, that's going to come on, and that's going to help you see what you're doing. One other thing is there's a magic switch in this bathroom, and here is the magic switch. Should you go in the bathroom in the middle of the night and suddenly realize someone has turned off the water pump, so suddenly you don't have any water, you can press down on that switch momentarily and it will give you enough water to flush the toilet and to use the sink. I call it my magic switch. Bedroom is standard, although the mattress and the mattress topper are both upgraded from the factory version, so it's much more comfy than the ones that came from factory. And again, the cabinets are all insulated to try and keep a little bit more warmth in, and the same over the top. All of these are insulated. I also didn't mention that there are tinted windows. The windows are almost all tinted, some are not. The rear window is not tinted, but most of the other windows have a tint film on in order to keep things a bit cooler inside the RV at night. And there is a shelf which you can use for TV. We rarely watch TV when we're out camping, so we really don't use that. And all the usual things like smoke alarms, carbon monoxide alarms, propane alarms, all of that is standard, and all of that works. So that is our Coachmen Mirada 300 QB, and we will shortly be putting it up for sale. As you can see, it has probably over a page full of upgrades and options on it, most of which we chose specifically, and as I look at it I suddenly realize there are drawers underneath the table as well. Hope you enjoyed the video.